Evening folks, Dan for Shizzle here. Right, I'm back after a brief intermission as I had computer issues. And I thought while the laptop's under warranty it'd be stupid to fix it myself, so I sent it off. It's just come back, fresh as a daisy. So right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a review on the Smok SID. Now this I received in a trade on Facebook. I liked it, so I thought it deserved a review basically. It is a variable wattage, variable voltage device made by Smok. Myriad compatible. People call it the poor man's EVIC, and I can see why. It does have a certain resemblance. One thing I will add is I am in the midst of Movember, so I know I look like a 70s porn star with a moustache, but it's all for charity, it's all good. Right, anyway, let's see how it vapes. Now, I've got a 18650. The one I got did come with a 350 and a 650 tube. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll go down low. I like that song. And we'll have a look at it. See you in a moment. If you wanna get with me, there's some things you need to know. I like my bass high. No, I like my beats high and my bass down low. Right, this is the Smok SID. This is in 18650 mode. Let me just move this box out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. This is in 18650 mode. It does have a 350 mode, which is right here. Right here. Just take this cap off. Right, there we are. Now threading on all these tubes is it's sort of buttery smooth. It's good. This is it in 350 mode right here. It is a good looking device. I like the Volkswagen tribute on the button. That's a good touch. We do have this on the bottom too, which says "Honor produced by Smok Tech." On the bottom cap we have this giant spring right here. I do not think it's a hot spring, but that's just something else. Right, so this is our head right here. This is Ego threaded, so it is Myriad compatible. It will take all 510 devices, it will take all Ego devices. This is something that I liked about the EVIC actually, when I had my EVIC, is that this ring here, if you have a device that doesn't sit too flush, if you're say a mil out, like I think the AGI did it on this, if you had the AGI sitting on like that, you can bring this ring up to meet the AGI so that you've never got a gap. Nice feature. I'm not sure that's the intended purpose of this, but that's what I've used it for. Alright, we're going to put this back in 650 mode, like so. This is compatible with all EVIC tubes and EVIC top pieces. Let's show you this connection actually. This is Ego threaded, and yeah, there we are. Yeah, Ego threading. It's a all-round nice device actually. It's not something that I use too much, but that's more personal preference to mechs these days, to be honest. Right, put it back in 650 mode and we shall have a look at this menu right here. So first thing you'll see, If I do that again so you can see. Right, batteries dropping everywhere. First thing you will see is Smok. That just lets you know that your battery's got power and that you're ready to go, basically. Right, so here's our screen. As you can see, I've got it set at the moment at 10 watts. But 1, 2, 3 to access the menu. Wattage up, wattage down, out, on or off, battery voltage, LCD display, LCD on off, or wattage or voltage. So watt up and watt down, self-explanatory. Out, on, off. Out on will fire, out off will not fire. So we need to put that back on now. Out off. Out on, sorry. There we are. Right. So battery voltage, self-explanatory. My battery currently sits at 3.8 volts. LCD display. Now you can set this to display the voltage, the resistance, or the battery. I have it always set to resistance. That's it's easier to set it with resistance if you are using it as an ohms tester. So, right, LCD on off will turn your LCD on or off, and wattage or voltage will let you select wattage or voltage. I have this set at wattage because I like 10 watts on everything. It seems to be a good number. Yeah, that's the menu. Simple menu. Nothing too challenging about it. It's a well-designed device, actually. It differentiates itself from the EVIC quite well, considering it's using those same tubes, even down to your top piece here. It still differentiates itself quite well. Yeah, it's not as the reason I'm not using this over, say, my Vamo V2 or my Vamo V3 is the fact that it struggles to fire my RDAs how I would like them to fire. But this is all just personal preference, as with everything in vaping. It's personal preferences. So if it's not firing to your liking, you find something else, and that's unfortunately what I've done. But we'll come back up. We'll show you. Actually, before we go back up, we'll just show you some devices fitted. This is the new CEO clearomizer from Really eSig, and as you can see, nice connection, looks okay. What else have I got to hand? EVODs are what I was using this device with. It works a treat with EVODs. Lovely. And it's also 510 compatible as well, so stuff like your RDAs, your Genesis atomizers and everything's going to fit nicely. As you can see, that is built too low for this to handle. I think this sits at 1.2. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll come back up, we'll put a clearomizer on it like this one. There we are. Sits at 2.4 ohms. And we'll have a toot. Right, see you in a second. Now, saying this isn't as powerful as my Vamo V2 or in fact V3 or in fact the V Pro is because I like quite a warm vape. I like the hit at the back of the throat, and this, no matter what, even if I was to go up to 15 watts or 6 volts, it seems to lack the power to fire really at me, if you get what I mean, if that makes any sense. It's not, if I was to do 6 volts on my Vamo, it would nearly kill me, and that's, well, That's a bit extreme. It wouldn't nearly kill me, but it would be a nice warm throaty hit. This just doesn't seem capable of that same sort of hit. But saying that, it does perform very well. It never misfires. The only issue I've had with it is holding the button down while walking. If I hold the button down while walking, it just sort of jiggles out and then it will stop firing. Now that is because as I'm walking, I am my hands going, so every time I take a step it will sort of press the button, and I found that that action will turn my wattage up. Mostly that's what it'll do. And I found myself firing at 3 watts and thinking, oh, this isn't right. Just to figure out that it's not. It's I've gone through the menu by accident while I was walking and tooting. So that's its only sort of flaw. Everything else seems to work as it should. There's one annoying thing, and that's that this button spins. Now, me being the picky bastard that I am, I like the VW to be pointing downwards so that it says V at the top, W at the bottom. Just in use, this button will turn and you'll end up with it saying MA or E something. That's just me being extra picky. That's not a flaw as such, that's just me being a wanker, really. Yeah, good design, well made. It just can't hit as hard as some other variable voltage. I keep saying voltage. Variable voltage. It doesn't hit as hard as some other variable wattage devices that I have, and I like a hard throat hit. Yeah, that's about it. Right, that was the Smok SID. It is available from various places for around 35-40 quid these days. For that money, it is an excellent device. It really is a good device. If you're planning on using RDAs and other stuff on it, I probably would avoid it. But if you're planning to use, as I said, EVODs work excellent. EVODs I've had on it, iClear 16s work epically on it, but I don't have any in at the moment. And even this little CEO, which is just really his new atomizer, works really well. One thing I will add is battery performance. Battery performance from this device. A normal 2200 mAh. Shut up, dog. A normal 2200 mAh battery, I can get a full day out of on this, and that is because it will let the battery go right down to 3.3 volts before it cuts off. So I get quite a long battery life compared to my Vamo V2, which I will get not a lot of I always have to carry a battery with my Vamo V2. With this, I don't have to, and that's always a good thing. Right, I've been Dan for Shizzle. It is Movember season, so up here, or somewhere around in this box area here, yeah, will be a link to my Movember page. If you are feeling generous, or if you want to support some great causes, click the link and send me a little donation. Every little helps, as they say, not to quote a famous supermarket. Alright, I've been Dan for Shizzle. I'll see you in the next one.